Well, hello, welcome back to Primal Prepper with me, Simon. Okay, now if you remember, if you were here about 6 months ago, 7, 8 months ago, I planted out some garlic and some onions in a pot, okay, to grow them over the winter, put them out for the summer. But I put a load of organic waste under the bottom of my compost to act as like a warm bed, or I think it's called a warm bed, hot bed, something like that. Well, here is the results. I will then just flip. There you go. That is the results. Don't worry, you haven't missed the fact that I have pulled out the garlics and the onions because they did not grow. It did not work. But all is not lost. Just hang on a second. Because as a little control, I planted out one of the cloves which I had left and a couple of my onions which I had left in another pot of my garden. Okay, and here is the results. There is 2, 4, 5 onions, and if you notice, 2 are smaller. The little double ones are smaller than the single one by itself, and 1 little garlic. Okay, so this brings me on to a few little questions, and I think we'll go inside to answer these. So perhaps answering isn't quite the right word to say, perhaps asking a few questions. My garlic was tiny. It was probably no mite bigger than the biggest onion I grew. Okay, now this could just literally be because I'm not a gardener. I just literally planted them in them pots and just let them get on with it throughout the year. Didn't give them any form of feed or anything like that. So that could be one reason why it was so small. Or the other one is because it wasn't farmed, because it wasn't cultivated, because it wasn't tended for and loved. It just came out smaller. So when you are preparing for your gardening, when you are prepping for your garden and all that in your end times garden, remember, you might not be getting the huge crop you get from the domestic growing stuff you're used to. Your carrots might be smaller, your potatoes might be smaller, everything might be smaller for the simple fact that you don't know all the tricks of the trades that the farmers do. Okay, you don't know exactly what chemicals and nutrients are in that soil you're planting in like the farmers do. They've been farming their land for years and years, and probably their fathers and grandfathers were farming it before they were. So they know all the little things. They know that some fields will always produce bad potatoes but produce brilliant corn, and other fields vice versa. So that's your first one. The second one is it could be just smaller because I was growing them in a restricted pot. I wasn't growing them out in a field or a lawn or anything like that where there was ample room for it to grow into. So that could be the second reason it's smaller. What I'm going to do with that little baby, the baby garlic, I'm going to split that up. I'm going to use half of it and use it in my cooking and things, and we can kind of compare it to the shop bought garlic. And with the onions, I'm probably just going to put them on one side and probably replant them next year. I'll have 5 instead of 3, okay, because I only planted 3 in there to start with. Okay, obviously I did not put that in the original video because it was an afterthought I done after doing the video. Don't worry, if I'm sounding out of breath or laboured for breathing, it's because I've got a rib injury from work and it is making it uncomfortable to breathe. Okay, so there is another one for you as well. Just remember, things can happen at any time. This is one of the reasons people prep. This rib injury could have been a lot worse, and I could have been like not working for the next 6 months or 6 weeks. Where am I going to get my money from? Yeah, but luckily I prep. I've got lots of food and lots of water to see me through. I could save a little bit on my water bills by using my prepped water. Okay, and I can save on my food bills by using the stuff I have in my pantry. Anyway, until the next time we meet on one of my videos, yeah, just remember, if you can think it, it can happen.